girl kept her deceased grandmother in a deep freezer just so she could keep collecting her retirement checks. She had frozen the body for quite some time, and by the time they finally pulled her out, the old woman was frozen solid like a popsicle. It would take at least 15 hours for the body to completely thaw. To kill time, the girl and her two friends decided to play cards. But just then, an unexpected visitor showed up at the door, an old man claiming to be the grandmother's first love. He said he had been waiting outside for 3 days and nights and still hadn't seen a trace of her. He warned them that if he didn't see her by that afternoon, he'd call the police and have them all thrown in jail. The girl was stunned. In a panic, she asked her friend to help put makeup on her. She was going to disguise herself as her grandmother to meet the man. At exactly 5 p.m., the old man showed up on time. As soon as he stepped inside, he started professing his love. The girl, dressed as her grandmother, didn't dare lift her head, and she stuttered through every word. Fortunately, the man had severe cataracts and couldn't tell the difference. The girl waited until she felt enough time had passed, then quickly ushered him out the door. Just as she thought the ordeal was over, the doorbell rang again. This time, it was her new boyfriend, Harry. She didn't want him to find out about the frozen grandmother, and definitely didn't want him to see her all dolled up like an old lady. So she rushed upstairs, wiped off the heavy makeup, and used the excuse of a date to get him out of the house. Realizing that keeping her grandmother in a freezer was way too risky, the girl and her friends decided to move the body. They wrapped her tightly in a white sheet and planned to store her at their friend Lily's place, who lived alone. Once the grandmother fully thawed, they would officially announce her death. The three friends loaded the body into Lily's van, chatting and listening to music as they drove, completely forgetting they had a frozen corpse in the back. They sped over a speed bump, and the next second, the grandmother flew out of the back door, still seated in her wheelchair, and started rolling downhill. This scene was witnessed by an elderly man walking nearby. Alarmed, he started chasing after the runaway wheelchair with all his might, but the grandmother was rolling too fast. He was running full speed and still couldn't catch up. The wheelchair finally stopped in a small wooded area. The old man approached her, only to recoil in horror when he felt how ice cold her body was. As he pulled out his phone to call the police, he suddenly collapsed from a heart attack.